Hi everyone, it's Peter from PS Sound and Steve. Steve is still with me on this project. This is your cue. Hello.
Hello guys.
So you could see the introduction video of this Met project. So we thought to have a separate short video to show the installation of this 24-inch stereo integrity sub. We just tried to take a bit of footage to help you guys as well to understand what's happening in here. Plus, yeah, we've been a bit of footage for our old ages when we will be 60, 70, sitting and watching these videos thinking, what on earth did you do and why? So yesterday night we took the car out, we had proper test measurements. You can see the SMD tool in there. We clamped the system, the Zapco 3KD that went in yesterday, an absolute monster. We took a few nice pictures of the guts of it. Yeah, it doesn't really look like a 3K amp. Normally you see these internals on huge monsters. On 3K amps nowadays you hardly see any stuff inside of them, but this is rammed, packed with stuff inside. And it was definitely delivering really well. Considering the duo 2 ohm coil is wired down to 1, what was the lowest impedance we've seen with it?
3.5 I think it went down to.
It didn't really go anywhere lower than 3, did it?
No.
We also managed to find the F3 points of the sub in the car, and it was very close, both tailgate open on free air testing and tailgate shut. And it went up to nearly 9 point something ohm. So that's where the impedance peak is, that's where your F3 or FS is. And after running in, because on paper this has something like 18, 19 hertz, something like that,
Yeah.
I think on paper. But then Nick had to customize this sub for us as well for this application. And after running in, we measured 13. So 13 hertz is the peak in the car with this sub. It's ridiculous. But because we are not running anywhere lower with this than roughly 3 ohm, we can't get everything out of the amp. But considering we are running at 3 ohm, we were seeing 1.7, 1.8k, which is pretty good, because at 4 ohm it's rated at like 900, at 2 ohm it's rated at 1.8. So at 3 ohm pulling 1.7, 1.8 is definitely beyond rated power. And yeah, it's enough for the sub, because when you play under 25, it was hardly drawing 200-300 watts.
Yeah.
But it makes it move crazy. That's the beauty of IB. The lower you play, the less power you need. People never get it. I may have to do a separate video on that to explain it to people why, but maybe from this what we explain, you get a bit of idea what amount of amp power you need to pull those numbers at lower frequencies at higher impedance. So we showed in the introduction that he has a 1/3 of an inch or 8mm steel plate, bolted down. But you couldn't see from that video how it's bolted on this section. But I'm gonna go underneath the car because we took the grill off, and then you can see the madness right here. So that grill with the foam, protective foam, came down, so you can see the sub underneath now. So this was the cutout for your old sub mounting, right?
Yeah, where the original ring bolted straight to.
So Steve had a buffle at the bottom of the spare wheel for an 18-inch FI sub. So he had definitely enough opening for that 24-inch. And as you see, that's where the steel plate is. And at the back, I'm really close to it, but you get the idea. At the back, he has a steel frame behind the bumper where he welded those threaded bits to the plate, and it pulls it to the back of the car, so the plate doesn't have a chance to move up and down there either. And then all around, what you could see from inside, this is where it got bolted next to the chassis rail, which is the strongest part of the car.
Yeah, there's 2 layers of steel there, which is the thickest part of steel on the car.
Yeah.
So
doesn't
using
have a chance to move.
forms, it holds on instead of welding.
Yep. and in this way it's easily serviceable. You can, you have to take the plates out because it's not power quality yet. And as Steve mentioned, he's planning to weld those nuts onto the steel plate as well. So I don't think that's actually really needed. Do you have a spring washer underneath it?
No, there's no spring washers on them.
The chance of rattling out and getting loose is pretty low.
Yeah, well, it's not for so much for that. It's so I can bolt the plate on the bottom first, so then the sub just bolts in from the top, and we don't have to.
Yeah, you don't need two people. Yeah, because to put this in, someone had to be under here with a spanner, and then someone on the top with a ratchet to do these up all around.
Whereas ideally, I want to bolt my steel ring back to this section again.
Yeah.
And then that strengthens up the lower part of the wheel well, and then the rain guard can just get left on then, and doesn't need to come back off to undo the sub.
Yep, pretty much it. So it doesn't look highly complicated, but Steve was also saying because of the size of the sub,
getting it actually in and lined up and bolted up is
difficult.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's this really heavy sub. Was it 100 pounds, 110 pounds?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, we definitely need a cool camera with a wide angle because we don't fit in it. So yeah, that's Steve's little monster. Yeah. Once he finishes all the trim panels and everything. So you have what, 4 amps in the rack now?
Yeah, 4 amps in the rack, 1 amp hidden away, running shakers. So it's pretty crazy.
Yesterday I had a rough tune on it and helping Steve to learn all this madness. And you think, oh, okay, it's gonna take a couple of hours to put a quick tune on the whole system, and then you realize that he's using all 16 channels on the DSP.
Yeah, I have no spare channels at all.
If I give you a 24 channel DSP, you will feel it.
Yeah, probably.
It's mental.
I need to squeeze in more amps somewhere.
Although we haven't showed your front doors in the introduction video yet,
No.
well, not in full detail what's behind the grills. Well, you have something to look out for in the next one when we have the walk around video, when everything is playing, and then we show a few things. So yeah, this is it for this video, guys. Hope you liked it. Check out Steve's Facebook page. I add it in the description. Then you can check him and his new business. Some crazy stuff he does, especially with this project. And then yeah, hopefully bring the next one very soon. Take care.